So hi guys, welcome to another edition of Football Family Feuds. What a victory! 2-0 Chelsea. You heard it, Chelsea 2, Liverpool 0. Chelsea kept a clean sheet. We played superb. We carried out Frank Lampard's tactics to the letter today. Superb performance from the goalkeeper Arrizabalaga all the way up to Giroud, minus Ross Barkley, but I'll talk about that a bit later. So, as I stated before, Liverpool came in strong. They came in with 5 first-teamers today. They had Van Dijk and Gomez at the back, as well as Robertson. They played with Fabinho in midfield, and they played with Mane up front. They had a strong bench. They had to bring on Fabinho, they had to bring on Salah, they had to bring on Milner. But guys, we just played superbly today. Frank Lampard had some good tactics, high pressing, which led to the first goal, and we didn't allow Liverpool to press us. What we did when the ball was with Kepa, we hit it to Giroud, who was our focal point, and we fed on the knock-ons. And we switched the play a lot. We switched it from right to left continuously, and that gave us the joy. That gave us joy, and allowed us to be the dominant team. Liverpool only had a spell, I think, towards the end of the first half or beginning of the second, where beginning of the second, I think it was, where they kind of started to get into the game. They had a few chances in the first half, but I'll say that mainly Chelsea dominated the match. So let's start at the beginning. So obviously we started brightly, and Willian scored, and that was, first of all, brilliant save by Adrian, but the ball got back to him and he played it from the back. Excellent pressing from everyone. We forced Liverpool into an error, and from that error Willian had a shot. Again, a bit fortunate, because the shot that he had, Adrian should really have saved it. He got 2 hands to the ball, but he's parried it into the net. But I don't care. Liverpool got back in, and Kepa, I said yesterday in my match preview that Kepa needs to get back and play today. He's got a point to prove, and boy did he prove his point with a fantastic triple save. And you can see how much it meant to him when he punched the air after that. So hopefully Kepa's back. Hopefully he's regained his confidence. Had a good game throughout. One or two shaky moments. There's one just near the end where he could have caught the ball, he punched it, and he sort of mistimed the punch. But in overall, confident display by Kepa, and I think those 6 matches on the sideline has given him a chance to rethink, reprogram his mind, and get back to what he's good at doing, and that's keeping. So I'm hoping that there's a strong end to the season and comes back to the keeper that we bought for 70 million. So let's hope he proves his worth finally. But for me, as I said, the defence was okay. Rudiger started off really shaky, to be honest, and he gave the ball away on 2 or 3 occasions. And at that Liverpool, we started off really nervy, and yeah, he was the main culprit at the back. But as soon as we kind of got into the stride of things, it was just one-way traffic. And the man who was controlling everything, the man who was behind everything, is the young boy, Billy Gilmour. That boy, he should be in the first team. Now, I'm not being reactionary. I've seen the boy play on many occasions in the youth team, and even when he's come on as a substitute, he does not look phased. And the way he knows what's going to be, how the play is developing around him, that look, all good players have that little glance over just to see what's happening in front of them. He has a picture in his mind. Calm, composed, cool in possession. He gets the ball under pressure. He knows what to do with it. I think I counted 1 or 2 misplaced passes in the whole 90 minutes. But not only can this boy pass, he can tackle. He sniffed out danger. I remember just at the end of the first half where I think Mane was through, he was the one who came in, picked up the ball, and he showed a bit of calmness when he passed it to Alonso, I think it was. So this guy he's the real deal. And for me, he can take over that Jorginho role. And I'm not hyping this guy up too much, but this guy can take over that Jorginho role. He gave us what Jorginho gives us, but a bit more. He was better defensively, more aware defensively, and he passed the ball a lot quicker. And that bit he did right near the end of the game where he totally made a mug of Fabinho, got that little drag back, put Fabinho on the floor, sit down boy, and the beautiful pass at the end of it. This guy has got me gassed, he's got me excited. With this, our future is really good. We've got some real good technical players coming through, and he could be the main man. So with Jorginho out for the next 3 games, if I was Frank, I will carry on that momentum, because Kovacic, that's another downside. Kovacic got injured as well today, but I will play Gilmour in the next 2 games. I think he can handle the pressure. I think he's good enough for this level of football. So let's see how he does in the next 2 games. You know, he's had a great game today. He may be in the next game, because he's young, he may not have that much of an influence on the game, but youngsters are going to have a dip in form. So, you know, we've seen it with Mason Mount and others. Sometimes you're on the high, sometimes you're down a level. You expect that with young players. You're not going to give you 9 or 10 out of 10s every single week, but what you can see is potential, and with this boy you can see potential. So I can see it with him, I can see it with Reece James. Obviously we've got Loftus-Cheek come back, he's not old anymore, but we've got players like that, Andrew. So the future is bright, guys. We just need to be patient. So Frank today tactically proved that he can do it. He's done it twice against Tottenham. Today excellent tactical performance. Again, as I said, he's still learning his trade, so it's not always going to be plain sailing, but what you saw today is the sign of things to come if we as a fan base are patient and willing to accept the ups and downs, the bumps in the road, because if we can start to build on what we have and just get in the other players, the icing on the cake, as it were. Obviously, we started off with Ziyech. There's good news about Telles. Watch my video about him. It looks like that deal's going to be happening. We can make a big push for Sancho, and if we can get a stellar centre forward in, then and a probably commanding centre back, we're set up for a while, guys. Barkley, going on to Barkley, what a mixed bag performance. I don't even say a mixed bag performance, it was an awful performance. And I did tweet that Barkley was awful, and then about 2 minutes after I tweeted that he's awful, what does he do? Runs through the Liverpool defence and smacks in a beautiful goal. But that apart doesn't mask his performance. I ain't going to be gassing a player because of one shot and goal. One good run, sorry, and a good goal. Throughout the 90, before that and after that, he was awful. He needs to look at Billy Gilmour and see what he needs to do, because he doesn't, as many times he was in fantastic positions, but didn't know what to do with it. Poor final ball, or doesn't have that quickness of thought to release the ball. He's not thinking ahead like Billy Gilmour. Polar opposites. Billy Gilmour knows what he's going to do before he receives it. Barkley, more of a, I don't know, reaction player, and once he has time and space, sometimes he's unsure of how to use the ball. So, as I said, but applaud him for the goal, you know, because that took the pressure off, but that doesn't mask a poor performance. Pedro, he's another one. He was, again, a mixed bag. With Pedro, he's really busy. He's a busy old bee, isn't he? He swats around and he runs around a lot. But unlike a bee, his passing is not sweet like honey. You know, his passing today and is just off, and he should have wrapped the game up for us, but he had that shot straight at Adrian's legs. I thought Mason Mount was brilliant when he came on as well. His pressing, his enthusiasm was there. One criticism was obviously that ball where he should have squared it to Giroud, and he took that shot in a bad position. But in the main, I thought when he came on, he did well. It's a pity we couldn't win. We couldn't get that third goal. We were so unlucky. 3 times we hit the woodwork. 2 free kicks. I think Alonso with 1, Mount with 1, and then we had that Giroud shot. What a brilliant save that was by Adrian, by the way, tapping it onto the post. It would have been, as I said, good if we had equalled Watford's 3-0. But promising signs, guys. I said, okay, Liverpool didn't have their first team out, but they had a strong team out, and they wanted to win it. And as I said, you can see that when they brought on the big guns towards the end. But we had them at arm's length for most of the game. Set plays, they had quite a lot of set plays. Really impressed at the way we defended the set plays for a change. Rudiger got in there strong, didn't allow what's his name to bully him, Virgil van Dijk to bully him, and he was having a big old battle with him. So yeah, clean sheet, through to the next round of the FA Cup, and that's good signs. Hopefully this win is a big boost for the players who have had a bit of a rocky patch, so let's hope this allows them to press on. We've got another Merseyside team in Everton on Sunday. Going to be a tough game, that one, but I believe that if we show the same sort of endeavour, enthusiasm, and Frank gets his tactics spot on like he did today, then hopefully we can return to winning ways in the league as well and pick up 3 points. So there you go guys, great win. So keep that blue flag flying way up in the sky, and I will see you on our next video. Until then, take care, bye bye.